All right, what's up, guys? Let's do a quick market update right here. I'm just gonna share the link to the the stream. Obviously, let me just share it on Twitter and YouTube and everywhere, and we are going to go live shortly. All right, so stay tuned. Starting in a couple of minutes. And let me see if I can find the tweet that I want to retweet. And so today we're going to take a look at Bitcoin, obviously. And yeah, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin. And we're just going to do a quick, maybe 30, 40 minutes market update. I'm going to take a look at Bitcoin. I'm going to show you my levels. I'm going to show you every level that I'm watching, right? By the way, guys, don't forget about the discounts we're running in the Bird Nest. Use the Nest 200 discount code, and you will get a up to 40% discount on the memberships, and it's ending any day now before we increase the prices. So definitely check that out before we start the webinar. I'm just going to retweet the tweet. All right, so I'm going to share this on Discord as well. Let's give me a minute. And we got the YouTube link. So we're on YouTube and we're on YouTube and Twitter. So let me know if you have any questions on anything. All right, there we go. All right, so everything's up and running, I think. Let's do this. All right, welcome everyone. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. So what I'm thinking here on Bitcoin, like first of all, right? First of all, bear market already. Well, I mean, there's definitely we had the signs all along. Like I'm not gonna say that I called the top or anything like that, because I obviously didn't. But there was we had signs all along, right? And if you add the moving averages right here, you guys remember that we talked about in the Nest Club during our live streams. We talked quite frequently about the behavior of the trend. So I want to, once again, just quickly take 5 minutes to show you the behavior of this current trend. And I kind of want to talk about, where we saw the first potential signs of a breakdown. I'm saying breakdown, right? I'm not saying the start of a bear market. I'm saying the break of structure, the break of the current behavior, or the behavior of the previous trend. So we're going to use the replay function right here, and I'm going to take a look at this area in particular. Let's hide that one, right? So we're doing these live streams in the Nest Club on a almost daily basis. We are actually doing webinars on a daily basis. I have my webinars 3 days a week. So on Monday, Tuesday, and Saturdays, I do my live webinars. It's about 1 hour per webinar, and we always take a look at Bitcoin and the crypto market. And something that we saw in these webinars that made me kind of start signaling a potential breakdown was the fact that the behavior of this trend was this, right? We bounced at the area around the 50 EMA on the daily, right? Every time we did bounce around the daily 50 EMA, we created a daily bullish engulfing with a daily stochastic bull cross, right? Daily bullish engulfing here, and here with a daily stochastics bull cross. Now, as soon as we lost the daily 50, we said, all right, what's up, Sponge? What's up, man? Long time no seen. Hope you're all good. Awesome to see you in here. So yeah, so the behavior of this trend was obviously broken when we lost the 50 EMA in the daily, right? That's quite obvious. We have higher highs and higher lows. Not only did we, lose the 50 EMA, but I'm also going to show you that we also created a lower low. I mean, that's not what you want to see as a bull, right? You have a low here and a lower low, right? And what happened when we reclaimed the daily 50 was we created a lower high. Now, obviously, it's hard to be a bull in this case, especially if you're a trader. If you're a long-term investor and you're focusing, more on fundamentals and news or whatever. If you're more a FA driven trader, obviously stuff like this might not be of as much of importance. But as a trader, I don't really like. I'm a 100% technical trader. I don't really care about the news. I don't care about anything. Like, it doesn't really matter who's dumping, what type of FUD we're seeing. I only trade based on price action. So, as soon as we lost the daily 50, when we had a daily open and closed above the 50 EMA, I went out of Bitcoin. And you guys remember me saying that I went out of Bitcoin. And as soon as we reclaimed the daily 50 EMA, I went back into Bitcoin. But then we lost that area again, and I went out of Bitcoin once again. And if you look at this chart right here, I have that Bitcoin bear and bull chart right here with the funny icons, and which I've talked about for quite some time. Is the behavior of the trend was higher highs and higher lows by keeping with the daily 50. As soon as we lost the daily 50, we created a lower low, a lower high, and now even a new lower low. This is a bearish market structure. However you want to look at this, how bullish you are on Bitcoin, you have to realize that this is now a bearish market structure. I'm not saying that this will dump. I'm not saying, well, it already dumped, but I'm not saying that this will go to zero. I'm not saying that we have a start from new major bull market, but however you look at this, it's a daily downtrend. It's a daily local downtrend within a bigger macro up move, if that makes sense. Now, with this said, take this as a learning experience. If you were holding down during this dip, now next time you're trading inside an area where you get this quite obvious range up here, and you then break down to create lower lows and lower high, the next time this happens, please try to be careful with having large long positions, because this is a picture perfect market reversal pattern. You can call it whatever you want. I've seen people call this a head and shoulders, a Quasimodo, a Wyckoff distribution pattern. It doesn't matter what this is. It's a break in market structure. That's the bottom line. If lower highs and lower low, if higher highs and higher lows transitions into lower lows and lower highs, that is a break in market structure. You can call this a donkey reversal jet plane. I don't really care what you call the pattern. It's a break in market structure, and that's the bottom line right here. And this is a break in market structure. That's exactly what happened. Now, with all of this said, let's add the fibs here. So we are currently right inside the long RLC area based on this low and this high, right? We have had from the top right now a 40% decline, right? A 4% decline from the top in a bull market usually means that if, buying, like, if the macro trend is going to stay up, buying in these areas are very, very profitable historically. And especially if that major dump happens right into the local long RLC confluent with a major breakout level, a major support area. You gotta remember that this is a major daily breakout level that's actually untouched, right? And you could view that high and this area as the last immediate highs prior to the breakout, right? So actually this whole area right here is of interest in terms of a potential retest. It's a completely untested and clean level. And you guys know that when you have a level, you're supposed to look at that level as an area, because price will not hit that level exactly. It's going to trade around inside a buffer zone around that area, right? So I actually do think that we might have seen some type of capitulation dump right here. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter kind of, not really giving up, but they're like, Bitcoin is dying, Bitcoin is dead, this is the end of the crypto bull market and all that bullshit, right? It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. And if it's not, this is my point, right? If this is not the end of the major bull market, this is a fantastic buying opportunity. I'm not telling you guys to just go on to Binance and market buy Bitcoin, but what I'm telling you is you should here in this area look for signs of a potential bottom formation, right? And I'm not saying that you should buy here and hold for 10 years. I'm saying that if you get a nice bottom formation right in the midpoint of the long RLC, confident with a very strong support area, you have a very good entry. Now, of course, if you get a move like this, right, you have a top, low, high, low, and you get a move like that, well, obviously you might want to be selling here, right? Because then, of course, you get a move like this. You might want to be selling, taking some profits on this entry, and if you get a bounce here at the 618 to create a higher low, well, in my case, I think that's a pretty good high time frame bottom being set, right? So this could be a potential very nice entry, but don't do the same mistake that you probably did up here by just holding this dip, right? What you have to do is you realize some profits, move stops to entry, secure the position, just trade the higher time frames just like you would trade it if it were a scalp, right? But it's obviously going to play out for a longer period of time, right? All right, so I think that's what I really wanted to say on the higher time frames of Bitcoin. Now let's go into the lower time frames. I got some question here. They said that in the last market until it got to 3,500. I don't know what you're talking about, but I don't know what you're talking about. But this Bitcoin is most likely not going to 3,500. Bacon is dead. Bacon is never dead. Bacon is never dead. What EMA are those for? The EMAs I'm using is the 20 EMA, the 50 EMA, the 100 EMA, and the 200 EMA. I'm using them on the daily, the weekly, and the 4 hour. But the lower I go, down through the time frames, the more I focus on the 20 and the 50 EMA. By the way, guys, if you guys watching right now, don't forget that we're running a quite big offer in the bonus before prices actually go up, right? Prices actually go up quite a lot in the next coming days. So we're offering you up to 40% discount on the current subscriptions. And so definitely check that out. Do you think it's possible that we test 30K? Yes, absolutely. I think it's possible that we test 30K because you know what? You have to take into consideration everything. Everything's possible. If we do test the 30K level, I mean, sure. I choose to view the current price action like this, but there's multiple ways you can use this. I really like using the long RLC, right? But this RLC is based on that low and this high. So really, if you're watching the high time frames, it would kind of make more sense to also have a fib here, right? To try to find some type of confidence, right? And this is where it gets interesting. This is where it gets interesting and scary, and quite scary. If you add the fibs here, well, first of all, the 50% level of this whole move, usually the 50% level is a very strong level I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do Ethereum. Absolutely, I'll do Ethereum. The 50% level of a huge move like this, it's usually a very strong level, and that's around 34. The 30K level is actually closer to the 618. But the thing here with this fib is what I don't like about this is the fact that it kind of makes sense. And if you extend the fib here, well, look at where the long RLC is, right? So the long RLC is the area between the 786 and the 618, right? So yeah, if we have a full breakdown, if we do see the start of a bear market right here, I would like to think that we're most likely going to get some reversal around the 24K and the 20K area. That's like my bottom targets for if we do enter a major bear market. However, I do not think that this is the start of a major bear market. I still think we're in a strong market and we're testing very, very strong support levels right here. I do think that we're going to get some type of bounce inside this area. Now the question is, are we going to reclaim the 236 area? Are we going to get rejected? And if we do get rejected here, are we going to bounce here to create a higher low? That's the real interesting part, and that's where we will most likely see if this is truly a bear market or not. I don't think Bitcoin is going to go like this. No way. I think we're going to get a bounce here, but the question is, how are we going to react to the... So it's... yeah, it's either that or Bitcoin going to zero. All right, hopefully, I really hope that you guys don't take me too seriously when I say shit like that, because Bitcoin is most likely not going to zero, right? Most likely not going to zero. All right, how come all YouTubers are saying we're still in a bull market? What is on-chain Glassstone analysis saying? I haven't done any on-chain analysis, I can't tell you, but something interesting I saw on Twitter was that at least Binance had like the biggest spike in stablecoin deposit, I think, or Bitcoin deposit. So that, biggest spike ever, which looks pretty crazy. Now, there's rumors going around that, some big players in Wales like to use that metric to kind of scare people. And so I can't really look at on-chain data isolated. I need to look at on-chain data and compare it with the current price action. And yeah. I choose to trust the long RLC of this current market, honestly. All right. So what else? Do we have anything else? Any? What do you reckon is a liquidation price low enough? You guys, God damn it, man! If you had to ask that, you should probably not be using leverage. Holy shit! Do not leverage trade if you have to ask me for opinion on your liquidation price, right? If you can't trade spot profitably, please do not use leverage, right? Please do not use leverage. Is 32K good as in a validation level? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because if you look at the daily, you're going to get stopped out right at a major support. Do not leverage long in this area, right? You're going to get wrecked. You're going to lose money. Please do not lose all your money. All right, what else? You think we're going below 20K? I can't answer that. I don't know if we're going, I don't know if we're going to 0 or 100K. It's not, as a trader and as a technical analyst, it's not my job or really my interest to be thinking about price in that way. I'm only a sophisticated guesser, right? I'm not really trying to predict anything. I'm just trying to look at price action and try to predict as profitably as possible where I think price might go in the next couple of hours and couple of days. And to do that successfully, you have to look at two levels: the closest resistance above and the closest support below. Right now, we are trading at a major support area on the high time frames. And if you look at the 4-hour, we are right now using the middle of the long RLC as support, and this 618 area will be used as resistance most likely. So the question here, can we break this downtrend? Can we break this downtrend? We need to break that downtrend to be able to move higher. And best case scenario, if we do bounce here in the long RLC, would be something like this, right? Where we kind of, create a 4-hour double bottom inside the long RLC, break and retest the 618, and then come up and hit that level as resistance. Now the question is, will we break this resistance and reclaim it as support? If that happens, also look at this. We have the I think we had the weekly 20 EMA is actually right here. So that's the weekly 20 EMA. We'll probably go something like that. So if we can create a double bottom here, break and retest 618, and then reclaim the weekly 20 EMA, I'm obviously going to lean more bullish, but you have to realize that this is going to be very, very strong resistance. So this whole area needs to be reclaimed for me to be really confident that this is the long-term bottom, right? But usually what you will see at the bottom is you had a quite huge move to the downside. I'm maybe not certain that this is the capitulation move. We might want to see like a huge, a wick down below the long LC and then a V reversal and reclaim the midpoint of the long LC. That would be like beautiful. And if that happens, I would definitely be buying that. That's like, just perfect. But at this point, if you're buying here, you're just trying to catch the bottom. You're trying to catch a falling knife. And what happens when you try to catch a falling knife? Well, you usually get very, very hurt. So I would not recommend that. It's better to wait for price action to establish some type of structure before going in. Right. Ethereum. I got a lot of questions on Ethereum. So let's actually take a look at Ethereum. This was a trade setup that we looked at yesterday. This is on Litecoin, obviously. So we had an idea we looked at here for an entry. It actually did got confirmed, but got stopped out, obviously. But I want to show you the interesting part about this one is the fact that we're, inside a major RLC here. And if we're going to keep with the trend here on Litecoin, we should bounce here inside the long RLC. So we're inside a major support area, conflict with the long RLC on Litecoin and Bitcoin. Now let's take a look at Ethereum, because Ethereum had what I'd like to think, a very overextended move, right? So we need to look at that. So as you can see here, Ethereum did come down and test the 3K areas. I know that I had a stream, like, I'm just going to sound like an asshole if I say that I predicted the top, which I obviously did not. So when I say that, on a stream, we looked at the 3K area. I mean, we looked at the 5K area as well, and obviously that didn't happen. So I can't take any credit for that because I'm just guessing. I'm just trying to guess, and I didn't short this. So that, that I guess that's my point. If we predict price to go 3K, obviously we should have shorted that bearish retest, but we never did that. So I don't really care about that. But the interesting part here is that we're actually coming down to test an area which kind of, I guess, is interesting. But I also have the feeling that we have some more room to the downside on Ethereum here, right? Interesting part here is that we actually did test the 618 here quite nicely. Let's add the moving average here on the daily. Yeah, so the 618 confluent with the 50 EMA. Look at stochastic. So yeah, if the stochastics are on the daily here cross bullishly while having the bounce on the 618 confluent with the daily 50, I guess that's a pretty decent decent buying opportunity. But I'd really like Ethereum to kind of come down into this level and form around the bottom of the 4-hour down or a daily down here. But that doesn't really matter. We have to view the current low time frame price action to see if we can establish some type of bottom here. Ethereum looks very weird here. I think it's just easier right now to look at Bitcoin and Litecoin. Ethereum feels like Ethereum has more levels to reclaim if this is really going to be the bottom. Yeah, so let's see what we get here. Let's see. Let's see, more questions. All right, wait, Ethereum. I'm not really done with Ethereum. Well, so what I'm saying here is we have a potential move down to 2.5K definitely for Ethereum if the market keeps dipping. 2.5 for Ethereum, definitely a very, very, very good area if the market keeps dipping. And you know what? Like the weekly 20 EMA, it's too low. But you know what? Anything can happen. Can you confirm what fib you're using and how you're using it? Sure, I can quickly go through that here. The Fibonacci tool that I'm using is the Fibonacci extension right here. No, the Fibonacci retracement right here. The fib levels that I use is I actually have them on here, so I can switch my template, and these are the ones I'm actively using. So what you can do here is just pause the video or watch the replay and pause the video and copy these settings. And by doing so, you will have these levels on here. Whoa, there's a lot of levels. Let's hide that one. Yeah, so you will have these, right? And I have the same ones, but with a minus in front of it. So these will be the extensions of this fib structure, right? And basically what I do here is I use these fibs as support. Honestly, to go through this whole idea how I use the fibs is going to take way too much time. I would really suggest you guys go to our YouTube channel where you're going to see a webinar that I did as part of the 200K Congress. By the way, I want to thank you all for joining the 200K Congress. That was a amazing time and amazing experience. So I'd really like to thank you all for that. Anyway, we have a webinar that I did in the first days of the 200K Congress, where I, in 1 hour, went through the Fibonacci tool, how I used it, and I also explained the RLC area and how I trade that. So go to the YouTube channel, the Burb Nest on YouTube, subscribe to that channel, and you will find the video in the live streams from the 200K Congress. Now, if you can't find it, send me a DM on Twitter, and I will try to find it for you. All right, what's your prediction? What will be the next step? 50K or directly to 30K? What is my prediction? My prediction is this. All right, so this is going to be, this is dangerous, right? I don't like doing predictions like this, but what I can answer is, do I think 50K comes before 30K? That's really a tough one. I would like to think that because of the fact that we are trading inside the long RLC confluent with major high time frame support, I do think that a bounce is likely to happen. Now the question is, will we get a bearish reaction of 50K, or will we reclaim 50K? I'd like to choose the bull side here. I think we're gonna at least hit 47K before 30K, right? Maybe 50K, but it's definitely more likely that we're gonna hit 57K before 30K, because we have to bounce somewhere. God damn it, we can't just go to zero in one move, right? We have to bounce somewhere. We have to kind of, So yeah, 47K before 30K, definitely. Right. Generally see strong buy pressure if it's a bottom, which is not the case now, which makes me think there is more downside left. Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, obviously, it's quite logical. If there's going to be a bottom, you're going to be seeing buy pressure. If there's no buy pressure, there's no bottom, right? It's not like this is not how a bottom looks like. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, that's not a bottom. Definitely, buying pressure would be equal a bottom. Just to sleep better. Do you think it's a good idea to sell alts to Bitcoin? Oh man, you can have a terrible night. You're gonna have a terrible night sleeping. Like if that is your choice, if your choice is to hold altcoins or Bitcoin, you're probably gonna have a difficult time sleeping. Now, but jokes aside, I like Bitcoin is not looking that good. There's some altcoins that might be showing some interest, but I mean, no. Maybe you should reduce risk before going to sleep. I'd say that's the best scenario. There was about 14K BTC outflow about an hour ago. Yeah, like it honestly, like, that doesn't really matter until price actually does something. So yeah, let's hope something happens. Oh, there's so many questions. Let me go through them all. How are you applying? Yeah, so let's go to that. Yesterday's algo call. Should we stay here or yeah? All right. So let's take a look at that one. That was probably might not be looking that good right now. Let's see. Yeah, shit, man. So that looks like a pretty decent daily fake out. But I'm watching that white line right there, that white horizontal. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? Like, I wouldn't really blame anyone for, exiting here. But the thing with this setup right here is I've used a very wide stop loss so that we would have time to bounce here at these highs, right? So the invalidation of this trade would be, if we break these lows and go below the 4-hour 50 MA. So I do think we're going to get some type of bounce here. If you don't feel confident in this one, you could actually exit at entry area on a potential bounce that I think we should be seeing in this area. So I'm still in, and I'm going to stay in on this one. Like, remember, guys, I'm always risking only 1% on all my setups, so I'm only going to lose 1% of my portfolio if this gets stopped out. If you're in with a bigger position, which makes me feel makes you feel that you're not comfortable in this position, it probably means that you're too big of a position, and you should look at exiting. Yeah, we do trade, but we don't actually do like official calls on these because they're normally very risky, and like it's for like most of our community are like, we obviously don't only have new traders, but we have a lot of new traders, which I don't want to post a call on something that's for most people very hard to use and very risky, but we do post ideas in our individual traders channel from time to time with in the Nest Club. On Bitcoin, I think I already did look at that. What does ROC? All right, so everyone asks about ROC. It's RLC. I probably pronounce it weirdly because I don't know what I'm saying half of the time, but it's RLC, like reload zone. It stands for reload zone, and it's the area between the 786 and the 618 Fibonacci retracement level. It's usually an area where you are going to see a lot of buying pressure come in. A lot of bots and algos and big players, smart money likes to reload their bags in that position because that's high time frames usually a very good dip to buy, most likely. Do you think that if Bitcoin stabilizes, yeah, I do. I do think that when Bitcoin established some type of support at these levels, I do think altcoins will definitely have the opportunity to grow versus Bitcoin. I really do think that we are on the brink of a major altcoin rally versus Bitcoin if what you're describing here happens. I really do think we're very close to seeing that, which I've been waiting for months. Swapping crypto in stable coins is a good idea. Yes, it's a good idea. If you think we're going lower. What do you think if BTC dominance going up? What will it be to alts? Like, what will it do to alts? Well, if the Bitcoin dominance goes up, like we're probably going to see here, because we're hitting that major support right now, we're probably going to see support acting as support. We're right now testing resistance after bouncing at support. So if we can reclaim the 51.50, we're probably going to see some type of reversal. If this happens, all coins will most likely give back a lot of gains, right? Simple as that. We'll probably, most likely give back a lot of gains. And you should be a little bit extra careful trading altcoins. Till BTC established a trend, is it a good idea to swap crypto into stablecoins? Right. So what I'm doing, if I'm answering that question, is I'm basically giving you financial advice, and I'm basically telling you what to do with your money. And I like that's so hard for me to do, because I don't want you to take my advice and kind of lose money. And obviously, we're not financial advisors or anything like that. I'm definitely not a financial advisor. You need to make a plan, right? You need to make a plan, and I can't help you with that on a stream like this. Like, I do try to help my private students with plans, and my Nest Club members with long-term plans and stuff like that. But on a stream like this, I it's too little time to actually make a proper plan for you. Can you do BNB? Let's take a look at BNB versus USDT. Yeah, it kind of looks like Bitcoin, but worse, right? So I think BNB, good area is 320. Why did it have the largest hit today? I don't know. I have no idea. Probably because it lost the RC. I don't know. I don't know. But maybe CC tweeted something weird. I don't know. 320 is a very good support for BNB. This is long-term bottom. That is the point of this stream. Okay. Which technical indicators are best to start with as beginner, and how should they be used? Price action, right? As a new trader, you should look at price and try to figure out why price is moving the way it's moving, and you should use horizontal support and resistance levels to guide you in that understanding, right? You should, in my opinion, start with only horizontal levels, no indicators at all, and try to figure out why price is moving the way it's moving and what's happening when resistance breaks to the upside and comes down to retest that level as support. So I would advise you to kind of start looking at pure price action with horizontal levels and trade using the break and retest strategy. And what you're going to do then is you're going to add indicators that you have researched and understand and that makes sense, right? So keep it simple and only add the stuff that you actually understand. That could be anything, right? Could be anything. Could be moving averages, weekly open and closes, daily open and closes. Could be Ichimoku cloud. Could be whatever. And obviously the Burbicator Pro, right? If you have, obviously, like if we have the Burbicator Pro, which is a complete trading system in of its own. So that's 100% definitely recommended if you want to use only one indicator, nothing else. The Burbicator Pro will be very, very good. And one way I like to use the Burbicator Pro is first of all, just look at the trends, right? And I like to first look at the daily and kind of look at what's the trend saying right here. And I like to trade using the break and retest of the baseline as a pretty simple way of trading using the B Pro, right? Let's see if I got everything right here. So here's a good example, right? So BNB is approaching a very serious resistance area right here. And the way I love to trade the trends using the Burbicator Pro is try to get in on when you have a major trend starting and you're just about to break resistance, either right before or right after. You can also use the stochastic RSI as a guide to that. Like, these would be your entry trigger. Every bounce of that baseline right there, and you can also add the baseline trend shift signal, which will help you a lot with this. Let's see, where is that one? Right there. So you see, okay, obviously it's when price is ranging, it's not going to work as well. You need to have like a major trend, right? So right here, for example, it's a pretty good buy indication right here on the 4 hour, and the same goes for this trend right here. So what I do in a scenario like this, I want to wait for the candle close, and I want to enter on the candle close with stops right below that candle, and I'm going to exit when we have like a open and close below the trend line. So obviously, like, it would actually be, this trade would be out at break even, but the next one would be pretty good. So you want to exit like probably, I mean, it could exit here, would also be a break even trade. So the next one would be here. And you wouldn't really exit this one until you have that open and close below. So somewhere up in this region. So that's a decent 5-hour trade. So that's one way you could trade the Burbicator Pro, but this is like a complete trading system. So there's a lot of different ways to trade this. I really do enjoy this one. So if you're not really sure how, like, if you don't have a trading system, this is a good start, because this is a full trading system in of itself. And this is actually going to double in price in the next couple of days. So the Burbicator Pro, because of the huge demand, we are going to double that in price, because it makes no sense to give something like this away for the current prices, because it's basically a trading edge, right? So we're doubling that in price, but you can still get it for a 40% discount if you go to the to nestclub.com/subscriptions. You can use the code NEST200 and get that one. We're actually increasing all our prices in the next couple of days because of the huge demand. So if you're, if you lost a lot of money in this current market and you need guidance, you need help, to figure out a system, figure out a trading style, figure out what to do, definitely check out the Burbicator community. We have a free trial going on, so if you want, definitely check that out. All right, so you said Bitcoin will most likely be 47K and then maybe 30K, and it's similar for Ethereum. Yeah, maybe. So let's take a look at Ethereum here. And in that case, what I'm thinking is we might get a bounce at current prices at on the 618. So on Ethereum, the thing with Ethereum is it has way more, like, way more levels to reclaim, and that's what I'm thinking. Like, Ethereum might have a harder time than Litecoin and Bitcoin. So the level that I'm thinking will most likely be used as resistance for Ethereum is 3.4 and 3.6. And honestly, maybe even this whole area between these two, right? So for Ethereum, if we're thinking that Ethereum might hit, let's say 2.6, right? So for Ethereum, the 30K BTC level might be the 2.6 for Ethereum. I mean, obviously it's hard to compare, but if Bitcoin pumps up to 47K and then down to 30, Ethereum will most likely move like this, right? That's what I'm thinking. All right. All right. What is your opinion on the current trend of altcoins doing well right now? Are they really doing well? Are altcoins doing well? So let's take a look at that. Let's see if altcoins are actually doing well. Got the Binance BTC USD chart here. You know what? I have a green list here, and I have some BTC pairs and some USDT pairs. This and this list is based on Tel BTC. Of course, I can take a look at Tel BTC. Yeah, okay, so Telecoin is this is actually not looking too bad. So you have some type of trend going here. And it's clearly, respecting that trend. Let's make it like that probably. And if you look at the 1 hour, yeah, this is not looking too bad. I quite like this. We could be seeing some continuation to the upside on Tel. It's I guess we have to see. We have a level here. For me, I think this would be like the perfect scenario. If we kind of break and reclaim the 10K sats area, I think that would be a great break and retest. Right, Soul, one Matic, yeah, I think. I think. Yeah, let's take a look at this. So, Soul had a pretty nasty drop, right? Pretty nasty drop right here, but it's not. I mean, it's testing support, right? So it's actually testing testing support right here, which is interesting, right? So definitely, interested in potentially actually buying this dip, right? Because it's a very good area. And if you look at the high timeframes on Sol, it's still extremely bullish, right? We're holding the daily 20 EMA right here, and yeah, just generally extremely bullish price action right here. And we're testing a major support area. However, if the daily closes below this area, we have a daily fake out, and that's obviously not what we're supposed to be buying. But this area right here could be pretty good for a long. I like Sol right here, so that's definitely looking quite strong. So I'm going to go through quickly by the way, guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, remember to like the video and subscribe. And in the bottom right, you have a bell notification, which you can press to subscribe. And if you hit that bell notification for the channel, you will get notified whenever I start a live stream like this in the future. And we are actually doing we're doing webinars on a daily basis here, but might be doing, one webinar a week free. So you need to be subscribed to the YouTube channel because we're not always going to do this on Twitter. So make sure to like and subscribe the video. Not subscribe the video, obviously. Subscribe the channel. Anyway, let's just quickly, go through the I'm gonna do 10 minutes more because I didn't really plan this even. So I only have 10 minutes more, right? So 10 minutes more, I will go through this list, some USDT pairs and some BTC pairs, and we're gonna quickly take a look at, take the pulse on the market and see if the USDT pairs are the better pairs or if BTC pairs are the better pairs, to kind of give you guys an idea of if you're gonna trade altcoins, are you gonna be looking at altcoins versus Bitcoin or altcoins versus USDT. I suspect that the altcoins versus BTC are going to be the most bullish ones. All right, let's go. FTT bearish, pretty decent dump. Zcash bearish, but still in a high time frame bull market. Dash lost the long RC, not good. BNB not good. 1 inch still ranging. AVE. I don't know what's going on here, but it still looks incredible. AVE looking very good. AVE looking very good. Cardano, not too bad, hitting the daily 20 EMA, but still a major down move. So 88 still good on the high time frames. XLM, not that good. Rune BTC still amazing. Look at this, guys. We posted this I think last week. Amazing. I advise you guys to take 75% profit up here and leave 25% profit with a manually moving your stops up with a trailing stop, and this is the potential dip. And if this turns into a dip, actually a local bottom, this is where you should put the stop loss below. So Rune BTC looks amazing. Atom BTC, I don't know. I'd like to see the reclaim of that level. Might post a call on this if we reclaim the 618 properly. One BTC, yeah, man, like this one, amazing. Looks fantastic. Yeah, this looks really, really good. I might have to buy some one here. How's it looking on versus USDT? Yeah, you know what? Versus USDT, maybe not perfect, but versus BTC, very nice, very nice. Litecoin still in the high time frame long RLC, so I like that, but it's definitely on the edge of breaking down. Alpha, not interesting. I'm removing that one. Atom USDT, not interested. AVX, nope. Ball, nope. Bad USDT, looking pretty bad. So the what I'm thinking here is going through this chart. Obviously, there's a major shift in behavior between the USDT pairs and the BTC pairs, right? BTC pairs on a whole is, in my opinion, showing a much better market structure. And by the way, look at Alice BTC here. Let's first, I'm going to show you Alice USDT, which is, I had a interesting setup going on here, but we never really had that proper bounce right here. But however, look at Alice BTC. Now, this might be the long RLC. Well, actually, it hit the 618 right there. So it hit the 618. Let's see. And then let's add the RLC to this low. From that low to that one. We're actually might be hitting that RLC today. If that happens, I would definitely be interested. And we also have the daily 20 and the daily 50 down here. So this is a very interesting area to be a buyer on Alice BTC. So I'm going to add one alert right there and one alert above the 0.3382. And I might be a buyer on Alice if we can form a round the bottom down here. So yeah, right now, the behavior of the market is showing that we have some type of, the market structure definitely looks better on the BTC pairs. I'm going to show you the market scanner that we have in the Bird Nest. So for all the Nest Club subscribers, we have a market scanner in our Discord that you can use to check which coins are outperforming others and if the the USDT market is stronger than the BTC markets. So let's take a look at that one. So let me see if I can actually share my screen here. So I'm going to stop this just a minute and I'm going to share my screen. Where's that one? What screen? Window screen? I don't know which one is which one. I've got so many screens. I don't know which one I'm supposed to be sharing. Just give me a minute here. I think it's the fourth one. Yes. Right. So that's the screen. Not only right, so you can see Discord here now, and this is the market scanner channel in our Discord, right? So these are the BTC pairs, red, right? And let's see the USDT pairs, but here you're seeing SXP, NMR, Sushi looking pretty good. We got some pretty bullish stuff going on right here. Matic, KMD, Luna, Steam, looking pretty good, right? Looking pretty good. KNC. So you know what? Like we got some pretty bullish structure on the BTC pairs. Now look at this. This is now the next page. The gray ones are going to be the USDT pairs. Look at this. I don't know, guys. It's looking pretty fucking bad. It's red. It's just a sea of red. Obviously, with some outliners here, we got the seller FTM. But you know, on a whole, the USDT market is, you know, for all coins is dead. It's just dead, right? That's because Bitcoin is dumping, right? That's because Bitcoin is dumping. We have some ones here that are actually showing very bullish market structure, and those are the ones you should be trading, right? So here, for example, Aave. Let's look at Aave. Yeah, you see that? That's just beautiful, beautiful. All right, last one, XRP before I leave. XRP. Yeah, I've been waiting for this for a while. Reclaim 1.7, and we got a long setup most likely. All right, guys, I would like to thank you all for joining this you know, just quick live stream that I didn't really plan to do, but just because the current market conditions, I kind of want to give you my thoughts on the market. And do not forget that we are running the discounts right now. So if you go to the burbness.com/subscriptions, you can use the code NEST200 and you will get up to 40% discount on all our services before they increase in price. It's going to increase you know, up to 30% in price, and the Burbicator Pro is actually going to double in price. So if you need help and guidance in this market, we have a team of professional traders ready to help you out 24/7. We have traders from all around the world, so there's always going to be someone available every day of the week in the Nest Club to be able to help you out with anything you need. All right, guys. As always, make a plan and trade the plan. Use what I've showed you today to try to make a plan of your own on how you should trade, why you should trade, and what you should trade. All right, guys, let me know if you have any questions. You can also join the free trial in Burbnest. If you have any questions, just DM me there, tag me in the Nest Club chat, and I will help you out. All right, guys, love you all. See you next time. Take care.